It's the first time I've seen our snow meter above a 3.
Wow.
I know. And what that's telling us is, right, we have a guarantee that we're going to see snow here in Charlotte and a guarantee that it is just snow. And if you remember Brad and I talking about this yesterday during the newscast in the 4 o'clock, is that the liquid to snow ratios are going to be very, very high, meaning the snow is going to be extremely dry. It's not the heavy snow, the compact snow that falls on top of each other. It's light, it's fluffy, and that means that it can blow around pretty easily due to really gusty winds that we're going to be tracking tomorrow, which is really the biggest reason why we have the potential for hazardous travel. It's the mix of active falling snow and those very gusty winds. We are already starting to see some snowflakes moving into portions of the mountains, which will continue as we go into the overnight hours. We could see a few isolated flakes tonight, but folks, the majority of the snow falls tomorrow morning. The reason why we will start to see some of these early flakes that might not reach the ground, you've heard this word before, it's what we call snurga. Virga is rain that evaporates before it reaches the ground, and so snurga is essentially our term for snow that does the same thing. We have to have a little bit of time for the atmosphere to moisten up before it will reach the ground, but that will happen pretty quickly. I do expect here in Charlotte for the first flakes to happen right around 2 a.m., becoming much more widespread between 4 and 5, and this is really where things start to pick up. Notice 8 o'clock, we're starting to see some areas of deeper blue shading down in places like Greenville, Spartanburg, that essentially look to move in to the area here in Charlotte from the south and west to the north and east. And that's essentially because we'll have that movement around the low pressure system that will be off the coastline. So with these deeper blues, what that's telling us is we're seeing a few bursts of snow. But notice what's happening for areas north of us. Their blues a little bit less aggressive. Some of those Greensboro areas in North Carolina over toward Raleigh will be dealing with what we call a dry slot, a lot of really dry air. So that's why if you look at our snowfall map, we're expecting lesser totals further north and east, which is not always the case as we look at our forecast here in the Queen City. So tomorrow, again, snow off and on for the majority of the day. It will be heaviest at times, middle part of the morning and into the early part of the afternoon. Notice the timing there, essentially between, let's say, 10 to 2. Winds start to especially pick up in the afternoon. That's what will cause that blowing or drifting snow. Here in the Charlotte area, we're not expecting true blizzard conditions. That's 3 or more hours with active snow and winds of 35 miles an hour. But the coastline, places like the Outer Banks, could see that. Some of those areas may experience close to hurricane force wind gusts. So that's no joke. That's why hazardous travel, yes, gets higher as we go through the area in Charlotte tomorrow afternoon, but it will be much worse the closer to the coast you get. And any power outages that we could see with this system are going to be isolated and only due to the same wind. This is not an ice risk. Really, the only risk from ice is once it melts, mainly Sunday night and into Monday morning, and we see that refreeze. But overall, yes, I think that people can get out in the snow and have fun. I just really want you to keep in mind that it is still going to be hazardous travel. Please try to avoid it if you can Saturday, and bundle up. Bundle up, because 4 to 7 inches of snow is a lot of fun, especially if you have kids. Maybe you're planning on taking them snowboarding or even just, going out with the sleds. However, it is going to be bitterly cold. Again, our current forecast calls for 4 to 7. Our bust at this point would be 2. Our boom would be 8 or greater. But temperatures are bitterly cold behind this system. We're looking at single digits Saturday morning, below 0 in a few spots by Saturday night and into early Sunday morning. And it only gets colder as we go into early parts of next week. 11, the official low forecast Sunday morning, with temps feeling even colder than that. And we're in the single digits potentially Monday for the first time since 2022.